Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Uh, our topic for today is reading at university level. Uh, you should be clear about this, that when we are studying at university level, we come across so many activities at a time. Different subjects have different demands. The teachers ask us to engage in different activities. Some subjects require writing, some reading, and of course reading is always there when it comes to pursuing any field of education. So for making the task of reading easier, we need to have some kind of techniques or some kinds of skills in order to secure our time, to save our time, and to maximize the benefit that we can have by investing our time. So normally it is very commonplace with students of universities that they don't find it any kind of engaging activity or of interest to determine that they need to know something about their reading skills. We assume as if we know many things about reading, and it's a routine process, day-to-day process, in which we do not need the support of any technical or expert support. But this is not true. Every time we engage in different activities, and then there are certain skills associated with those activities which determine whether we are going to perform better or not in that particular subject area. So when it comes to reading at a university level, the first and foremost thing for you is to ask yourself what you are going to do after reading a particular text. So if you look at the mind map, I have asked this question from you, and you have to ask it from yourself, whether you are going to read something about your lecture, your assignment, or test, exam, etc., etc. So the basic thing that comes out to the fore is our selectivity. We need to be selective about what we read, and this is why, because university studies require a lot of reading within a limited time. So it is important to be selective about what we read. So whenever we read something, we need to be selective. We may not be having ample time to reach and to read everything. So for this very reason, we need to make decisions about what is essential. So the first and foremost thing that you should keep in mind while reading is that you should be selective. What you are going to read, what is the possible outcome of your reading. Then you can also establish which readings are required for your particular course and which are suggested but not compulsory. In some courses, required readings take the form of a course reader or textbook. In others, it may be your lectures, or the tutor or the teacher may indicate what is essential for you. So these are different things that you need to keep in mind. Whether you are reading something for the purpose of your lecture, for your assignment, for your test, whether that is essential, that is going to give you benefit in your exam, that is going to help you in your next coming lecture. All these questions should be there in your mind before applying your reading skills to some text. Then there will be times when you need to read an entire article or chapter in detail. Now, this is again important. Sometimes you may not be having that much liberty as to read which part of a text and to avoid which one. Means that if you are, for example, reading a chapter, you have to read it from cover to cover. Like from A to Z, you have to cover all its parts. Similarly, there can be articles also which may be mandatory for your course or for your understanding of the subject, and in that sense you have to read them as a whole. Other times you may be looking for specific information relating to an assignment. Let's say you take the example, you are given, for example, an assignment, so you may not be worrying too much about the material that you are supposed to read. You may be digging out some specific information with reference to your assignment. Maybe just an analysis of the topic would help you, or only a few pages or even a couple of paragraphs in a text will be enough for you to gain what you have been looking for. Once you locate the parts of a text that are going to be most relevant, you may not need to read the rest. So this is important. If you are looking for a specific kind of information, you may not be interested in reading the whole text. You may be just focusing on what is important for you, and once you have located that important part of your text, then you can avoid reading the rest of it. So if I am to re-say what I have said so far, is that at a university level, reading is not easy, in a sense, because you have to read so many material at a time, and before reading you have to ask yourself certain questions as to what could be the possible reason or purpose of reading something, and then you should ask yourself whether that reading is going to help you in understanding the concepts of your lectures or your course, or it is something that relates to the requirements and the needs of a specific assignment. So if you are looking for some specific information, then you may not be worrying too much about what is otherwise included in the text. When you are new to university study, the amount of reading you are expected to do can be quite challenging and can be quite daunting. Daunting in a sense means something which requires you to do more than you can yourself believe that you can handle. However, you can learn how to prepare yourself in advance and find ways to make reading easier. So this should not be in any way a point of discouragement for us. There are certain ways which we can explore and which we can learn to help ourselves to make our task easier. What appears to be an impossible task becomes possible when you start becoming an active reader. Means the foremost and the basic thing that you need to inculcate in your mind is that you must become an active reader. Like, don't expect others to be reading for you. You have to read and you have to become active reader. And when you become active reader, the use of this word active is important. Active implies that you ask questions about what you need to find out. Means, why are you reading something? Track your reading process, and also ensure that you take certain strategic and critical approach, and then selecting reading that relate to your questions and tasks. So there are always questions in your mind as a student of, for example, if you are a student of chemistry, you have certain questions in your mind. If you are a student of Pak studies, you have certain questions in your mind, and then you have certain tasks to fulfill. So all these questions are there in your mind, and when you are reading something, these questions should decide what to read and what not to read. At university, generally, you are expected to read for, generally speaking, it may be for lecture. Normally, if you go to your class next time, you will be expected to know something beforehand. Maybe the teacher has assigned you certain reading. So this can be for the sake of lecture, that you read something to follow the lecture or the lesson better. Then tutorials are there, which are often based on assigned readings, and if you have not read the material, you won't be able to participate in group discussions. And then you have assignments which you can't write until you have done the necessary research. Like, for example, if there is an assignment, so you have to read for that, you have to learn for that, you have to equip yourself for that, and then you will be able to perform better in your assignments. Again, there can be tests and exams which are generally used to check your level of understanding of a particular course and to assess your performance. So assessment of your performance and understanding of the course are two good reasons for justifying the relevance of tests and exams, and you read for tests and exams also. The main aim of your reading will be to seek information related to an assignment or course material. So these are the basic informations and the basic things that you should keep in mind before entering into any activity of reading. I hope this is this presentation, I leave it here, and then in the next part we will be talking about the purpose and what do we want to achieve, and then the strategies in our next presentations. I hope this made sense to you. If you have any queries, you can post your comments, please. Thank you very much.